What are we having for lunch? Hey guys, I'm here to talk about my most anticipated books for the rest of 2020. First up we have A Lightbringer by Legrand. The first book of this is Furyborn, the second of this is Kingsbane. I've probably talked about this in most of my videos so far on this channel, but in case you haven't watched any, I will do a little bit of a synopsis for you. There are two queens, one is the Blood Queen, one is the Sun Queen. There are interlinking timelines. We discover who is going to be the Blood Queen, who will destroy them all, and who will be the Sun Queen, who will save them all. There's a little bit of time travel, there's a little bit of enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers, childhood friends to lovers. It's very good. Kingsbane broke my heart, and I can't wait for the third one to come out in October. Next up we have The Burning God by RF Kuang. This will be the third book in the Poppy War trilogy. I haven't actually read the second book yet because I've been putting it off so much, but I'm going to reread the Poppy War soon so that I can read the Dragon Republic, probably on audio actually, because I had a few spare credits and the sample sounded really good, so I'm going to try that out. The Poppy War is about our main character Rin, who gets into a state military school to go and study, and she ends up learning how to commune with the gods in the pantheon and how to use their power by getting high. And there's a lot of politics, a lot of war going on. She is the last of the Spearleys, who are a dark skin race in this world. There's a good dialogue about colorism in this book as well. I can't wait to read the second and third. I'm very excited and very nervous. The Burning God is coming out in November 2020. Next is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. I've only read Vicious by V. Schwab and the first two books in the Dark Shade of Magic series. I need to catch up on the last book because I've bought the Illumicrate special edition and I haven't even read the third one yet. But I'm really excited for this. It's about a girl who makes a deal with the devil to live forever, but he gives a clause where she cannot be seen or remembered by anyone. But one day she meets someone who can remember her. I'm really excited for this. It sounds like a really good premise. V.E. Schwab said she's been writing this for about 10 years, I think she said. It's very, very long time in the making, so I'm very excited to read that. And Addie LaRue is coming out in October 2020, and I know there's going to be an Illumicrate special edition as well, so that's going straight in my basket. Next is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik, which is coming out in September 2020. I love all of Naomi Novik's books. I've read Spinning Silver and Uprooted and I love them both. I do have the Temeraire series on my TBR, so I've got that in the works. A Deadly Education has been described as kind of like a dark Harry Potter. It's very dark academia. I know that there's a place called Scholomance, which is the school, and it's kind of like a survival thing, I think. I don't think it's very nice. I don't think it's a nice place to be, but I am excited for that. I love magic. I love magic schools. Anything to do with it, I will eat that straight up. Next is Deadly Dreams by KJ Sutton, which is coming out in December. This is the third book to the Fortuna Sworn series, which I've become addicted to. I love just paranormal romance, paranormal fairy romance. It's a really nice thing to get into to get out of a reading slump, or if you just fancy something light to read, especially for me as I read a lot of heavy fantasy. It's nice to break it up with these paranormal romances. It's actually very well written and I really like the characters. Next is Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. This is the third book to the Nevermore series. I haven't read the second one yet because I didn't want to wait for a third one, and the first one was wrapped up so well that I didn't want to read a second one and possibly have a cliffhanger, and I just haven't gotten round to reading the second one yet. Hollowpox is out in October. Nevermore is about a girl who is fated to die on her 12th birthday. It's a middle grade. She gets swept away to this magical place by a guy in like a top hat with a cane. He reminds me a bit of like Willy Wonka, and then she does these trials to get into this school to be then saved from this entity that's going to kill her when she turned 12, which was supposed to kill her when she turned 12. And it kind of reminds me of like the Wild Hunt from Witcher 3. It just continues to hunt her. It's still after her. That's kind of it. Next is The Betrayals by Bridget Collins, which is out in November. I have The Binding by Bridget Collins. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It took a different turn to what I thought it would. The Betrayals is a completely different book. It's a standalone as well as The Binding, but it has like a similar cover and similar sort of feel and setting. It's set in a school. It's about an institution that's tucked away in the mountains for the best and brightest to study arcane magic. And I think there's some sort of game to it, and there's a mystery. That's all I kind of know about it, but I'm very excited as I really enjoyed the binding. Next is Troy by Stephen Fry. I love anything Greek myth, and I have 2 of Stephen Fry's books. I think one's called Heroes and one's called something else. I really enjoy his retellings. I especially enjoy the audiobooks because he narrates them himself and he's a very good narrator. I love Troy, I love the story of Troy, can't wait to read it. It's going to be a special edition, naked, hardback, foiled, signed. I just eat that. I love Troy, I love the story of Troy, can't wait to read it. It's going to be a special edition, naked, hardback, foiled, signed. I just eat that shit up. I love that. Next up is The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. This is about a world where there are many parallel universes. This girl has died in all of these universes except 8, so which makes her a perfect candidate to be a courier between worlds. However, she then discovers that someone is killing off the final versions of her, so I think it becomes a sort of murder mystery and it just goes from there. What are we having for lunch? Do you want to order something? Well, KFC comes quite quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you always like it.
So do I.
I'm leaving that in.
Oh, please.
Do.
Family friendly channel.
And last but not least, we have The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton, which is out in October as well. Most of these books are out in October. It's going to be a very good month for me. Stuart Turton wrote The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is one of my favourite books from 2018, I think I read it, which is kind of like Groundhog Day meets Agatha Christie. The main character wakes up every single day in a different person who is involved in Evelyn Hardcastle's murder, and he has to figure it out over the course of a week. Devil in the Dark Water is a swashbuckling mystery, I think. I think it's going to be on a boat, something like Sherlock Holmes meets something else. I don't know that much about it, but because I loved 7 Deaths so much, I think this is going to be a very, very good book as well. That's it from me, guys. Let me know if you're anticipating any of these books as well, or let me know some of your anticipated books that I haven't mentioned here that maybe I should check out. Thanks. Bye.